Hey guys, it's Ashley, and I'm gonna be doing my June wrap up. And I know it's July 7th, and I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. So, let's get right into it. So, what I did, I'm probably gonna be doing this for the rest of the summer because I have a summer read list that I wrote down. And I wrote down all the books that I read, and then all the dates that I have read them. So I'm just going to be saying those off to you. So on June 1st, I read The Selection by Kira Cass. And The Selection is basically Bachelor for teen girls in a dystopian society with royalty, but better than The Bachelor if you don't like The Bachelor. I definitely still recommend reading it. On June 2nd, I read Ignite Me by Tahari Mafi, which is the third book in the Shatter Me series, and my favorite book in the trilogy. It's not really a series, it's a trilogy. Um, on June 3rd, I read From What I Remember by Stacey Kramer, and I absolutely love it. It's about this girl who gets smuggled to Mexico with this guy from her school, and they need to get out and they don't have any passports, and they have to go to their graduation the next day. So a lot of stuff happens. On June 7th, I read The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. So I have officially read every Morgan Matson book. It's not my favorite book, but I still really liked it. On June 7th, I read The Elite by Kira Cass, and that is the second book in the Selection series. On June 9th, I read The One by Kira Cass, which is the third book in the Selection series. And on June 11th, I listened to the audiobook of The Air, which is the fourth book in the Selection series. I haven't read the fifth one yet. I need to get to it. On June 12th, I listened to the audiobook of The Vincent Boys, which is by Abby Glines, and it's about this girl who is dating this guy who goes off for the summer, and his cousin is staying around, and the girl has a relationship with the cousin, and stuff happens. It's really good. On June 14th, I listened to the audiobook of Autumn Falls, which is Bella Thorne's debut novel. It wasn't, you could tell that she isn't an author, because the writing style was kind of iffy, but I liked the overall story. And then there's the second book that I still need to read. Okay, on June 16th, I read two books because the books were so good. The first book was really good that I needed to get to the second book in the trilogy, and that is the Dimily trilogy. I read the first two books, which is the first one being Did I Mention I Love You, and the second one, Did I Mention I Need You. And I read both of those in the same day because they are so good. I didn't know what happens, and now I need the third book, which I pre-ordered off Amazon. It's supposed to come in December. That's 5 months away. It's terrible. And it was a cliffhanger. A really bad cliffhanger, too. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, next on June 20th, I read two novellas, both by Colleen Hoover, and I read Maybe Not, which is Warren's story from the Maybe Someday book. And Finding Cinderella is Six's story from Hopeless. On June 22nd, I read Last Year's Mistake by Gina Koika, or something like that. I probably said her name wrong. And that is a book about these a guy and a girl becoming friends in freshman year, and something happens, so they're not friends anymore, and the girl moves, and then in senior year, the guy moves back, and their relationship has some issues, basically. Okay, on June 23rd, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I think we all know what that's about. And then, finally, on June 30th, I read After by Anna Todd, which is about a good girl meets a bad boy, have a relationship, and a huge plot twist at the end that will rip your heart out. So that is it for my June wrap up, and I don't do TBRs because I just read whatever I feel like reading, so I don't really have a basis for myself. I have a couple of books requested from the library, so just whenever those come in, or I'll just read a random book. I'm trying to read City of Bones, so this can be on my July TBR. Okay, so I guess this will be it for this video, and I hope you liked it, so bye.